Klocwork on Windows, Getting Up and Running. If you're an IT administrator or developer, you'll find this video useful. No previous experience is required. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to download and install the software, how to configure your servers, and how to configure the LDAP access control method. Let's get started. Your organization has made a commitment to improving code quality and security by installing Klocwork. So where do we get started? The first thing to do is to download the appropriate version you want to install. Head over to our support site and grab the proper files. A typical installation will have the following: a server installer and the desktop tools. Several packages are also available if you're interested in integrating our tools with Structure 101. Once you've downloaded the installers, go ahead and launch the server package installer. A wizard will guide you through the initial setup steps. Read and accept the license agreement, then click Next and specify the location of the installation directory. By default, the server is installed under C:\\Klocwork / the server version number. In this example, 10.3 is the server version number. Now choose your setup type. Custom installation allows you to customize your settings for the Klocwork servers and administration and analysis management tools. For server machines, we recommend going ahead with the complete setup to ensure all components will work as expected. If you're setting up a build machine, we recommend only installing the build tools. Next, you can choose the location of your project's root directory. By default, it will install to C:\\Klocwork / server version number / project's root. If you prefer to set your own location, ensure the drive has plenty of available space. Do not install the server package and the project's root folder in the Program Files directory. Default security settings for Windows 7 and Windows Server 2008 restrict writing to files in the Program Files directory. Now the Setup Klocwork Servers step will appear. The default Klocwork server port is 8080 and the database port is 3306. You will also need to specify settings for your license server, which can be local or remote. In this case, we will specify the location of our license file. The default port used by the license server is 27,000. If you are using these ports for other services, you may need to alter these as required. You can also specify whether or not you want the Klocwork servers to start upon completion of the installation. By default, the servers are configured to start automatically as a Windows service each time you turn on the build machine. Ensure all of your settings are correct, then click Install to begin the installation process. This may take several minutes to complete. Once finished, the wizard will notify you that the setup was successful. Now go into your Windows services and either start your servers or ensure they have started if you checked the box to have them start automatically upon completion of the installation. Once the installation is complete and you've verified your server is running, it's time to install the desktop plugins that integrate with your coding environment. As Klocwork administrator, you can download the desktop analysis tools, called the Desktop Tools packages. Unzip the Desktop Tools package archive into the server install path / clients directory, where server install path is the location of your Klocwork server installation. The Klocwork Desktop Tools packages are organized by platform. Each archive contains a plugin for IntelliJ IDEA, Visual Studio, Windows only, and the Command Line Tools package. The Eclipse Update Site archive is platform independent. Go to your portal at localhost: port number, the default is 8080, and verify that the downloads list appears on the right-hand side of the portal. The downloads list contains links to the desktop analysis plugins. Your users can download and install the desktop analysis tools directly from here. Communicate the deployment to your users. Describe how they can download and install the plugins from the portal. Once you have configured the plugins downloads, it is time to configure your access control method. In this example, we will be using LDAP. To launch the security configuration tool, go to Start, All Programs, Klocwork version number, Klocwork Security Configuration. Klocwork Security Configuration is also known as KWAuth config. Before you can make any changes, you'll need to specify the location of your project's root folder. Click Configure and select LDAP. If you want to use single sign-on, check this box as well. In this example, we won't be using it. Now click Next. Enter your relevant provider URL and principal user's name. You'll want to use a headless or service account and not your own personal LDAP login for this. Enter a password here if required. Click Next and the utility will verify your settings. Then click Next again. If you'd like to change a setting, check Customize Settings on the next screen. Note that all settings should have been detected automatically. Click Finish and your access control method is now enabled and ready to go. You can test your settings by clicking Test Connection. This will check that Klocwork can connect to the LDAP server with the properties you set earlier. The Check LDAP Connection dialog shows the server type detected by Klocwork if it was detected. If your LDAP server was not detected, you'll want to verify your group membership information in Klocwork Static Code Analysis after you finish this procedure. Click OK to finalize your settings. The Klocwork server must be restarted after any changes with KWAuth config. Now that you've set up LDAP access control in KWAuth config, you're ready to create roles for your users in Klocwork Static Code Analysis. That's it. You're now all configured to use Klocwork tools with LDAP enabled. Now it's time to start analyzing your code. RogueWave Software, accelerating great code.